Hello, everybody. This is Art Shorts by Sharen. And today we're going to do something that's a little bit more complicated. It's called paper mosaics. And I will do some overhead here and show you what you're going to do. This is an all done one. What you're going to need is paper, uh, and I'm using cardstock. This is one I have done in the past, and this is called the Wave. And if you look online, there is a lot of people doing art using the Wave in many different ways. I'm going to use it to do a paper mosaics. And this one I have started and I haven't finished it. Um, what I need is maybe 4 or 5 colors of paper to do. And what I do is I cut them up in triangles. I find that triangles, you can make your curves and circles a lot easier if you have triangles. And I do a little bit of others, but mostly I do triangles. My thing with doing paper mosaics is not breathing heavy because they'll go all over the place. This is something I got from a restaurant, and I'm using it to put my papers in, all cut up. Um, Now, I'm going to go to the paper that we're going to use. And I've drawn the one that is the wave. And then I did a little circle inside. And this is what we're going to use. Um, I have extra paper underneath that I can cut uh, if I need it. And I have Modge Podge, which I've put in a styrofoam bowl, and I use saran wrap or some plastic to cover it up when I'm not using it so that it doesn't dry out. And of course I have paper to wipe my brushes off if I need to. And what we're going to do is start with the Modge Podge. There is no such thing as too much Modge Podge. It'll dry clear and you will be happy with how it turns out. I, I just like to use a lot. And this first layer is going to be the yellow and orange. And if you're real careful, you can take your brush and use your brush to put your pieces of paper down. And remember, you got to put a lot of glue on the top also. Now I used the blue so that you could see the line. Usually I'll just use something that is real light so I can see the line, but when I put my paper mosaics down, that nobody else can see the line. And also, so you're supposed to leave a little bit in between each piece so that it looks like it's a mosaic. So we're going to keep going. Now, this doesn't mean that it is. Now, I like the triangle because you can make your triangle bend and make it change directions. I like to do that because I decide sometimes in the middle of a project that I'm going to change directions. And after you put it down, you put some more glue on top, Modge Podge. And it's okay to change if you want to have two colors in the row. That's okay. You're creating a wave, and waves have lots of different colors in them. I love to do paper mosaics. It's fun. You can create things that you don't really know that you can create. And if you're just wanting to sit down and do something that isn't going to be planned, you can make some lines and just go forward and not even think about what you're making. You don't have to have a reason to make a line. Now, I'm pulling it up so that you can see how that's looking. And it's okay to have that orange in there. They don't have to be the same length or width. It could just be all over the place because you're just going to fill it in with others. And I have some rectangle ones. And it's just sort of fun. I put the music on and just start playing with my design. You can make anything. You can make animals, buildings. Look up in Pinterest paper mosaics, and you will find people that have done just fabulous things. But you can do some just plain things that to other people have no meaning, but to you, uh, it's just the act of doing. Lots of glue. Now, when you decide that you're going to have to take a break, you can cover your glue up. And what I do is I wrap my brush in the glue in the plastic also, so it stays um, wet with the glue and it doesn't dry out. And then after you're done with everything, you have to wash your brushes off really, really good. Remember that if you want to see all my other art classes, um, uh, click on the subscribe, and it will take you to all the place where all my classes are. So these are all free. uh, I just wish you to have fun doing this. See, I'm using yellows and oranges together here, which is good. Sometimes they don't want to show the paper underneath, and I don't fight the the process very much, because if you do, then you lose the joy of doing it. Sometimes your piece of art wants to be something else other than what you think it's supposed to be. I've had a lot of different things just turned out completely different, and it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Well, I need more glue. You gotta have lots of glue. Now, when we come around to this point here, I'll show you how I did it in my last one of these. Okay, now I'm going to use this color to make it, and it doesn't really matter. Here is my point, right there. So we'll glue it up real good, stick it down, and there's the point. Now I can get a teeny one. Yeah. Let's stick a teeny one and stick it right in there. Then we're just going to start doing the rest of this line that we're doing. Now there's several over here that I've started, and I'll show you the line on them. Neither one was the same. This one, it all came in a different way. And then this one, the wave is a little bit bigger. Looks more like a bird head right there. That's that line. It's like the wave. And each one is going to be different. It's never going to be the same. Just have fun doing them. And remember, that line is just a guide, and you don't have to be perfect at putting your paper down. It's not going to be equal on the top and the bottom. It's just a meandering line. So have some music on when you're playing with it. It just makes it a really nice time to work on something creative. Now, when you go and do your circle here, you're going to really enjoy doing the triangles, and you're putting the line, that you have. You can open it up a little bit so that it goes around in that circle easier. Maybe I'll try that here so that you can see how I do that. Take some of these bigger things out. Now open this side up more than the other side so that it goes around in that circle, especially the smallest circle there. We'll get this over here. And I have some other ways that I put these. Need more glue. Even I don't get enough glue in there sometimes. And as I said before, pieces of art want to be what they want to be, and sometimes you end up not liking what you do, but put it aside and think about it. Maybe later you'll decide that it's better than what you thought. This is a process. This is not something that you think, oh, I'm going to do this in 20 minutes and it's going to be done. My pieces have taken several days, and I will go and do other things and come back and work on them for another hour or so. I want to have a little bit of more yellow in there. There we go. You see how this is going? And look at here. I finished my circle here, and I'm going to go with another color. And up in here, you can make smaller ones to work. I don't think these are supposed to be there. And I get my wave done first. And after I get my wave done all the way to the bottom, then I do the top. And I got a very wonderful piece of paper. When people say that they're going to throw their extra paper away when they do art projects, I usually go and pull it out of the trash. Here's some that I brought back from North Carolina. And I am using all of it. You see the different designs? I use so many different colors, and they're really nice. And this is the background, and this is the wave. It's just real fun to do it. You need a lot of glue. Don't hesitate with glue. The glue helps it stay together, and it's a way that your piece is going to be married. It'll be married together. Now remember, this is where we have like one part of the space between is going to be bigger on one side than the other, and that's how you make your curve. You always can change what you're doing. Or create something newer than what you thought. And you'll think it isn't going to come together, but it does. It does. It comes together, and it looks really, really nice. I've made some huge pieces using this process, and I've had a fun time doing them, and they all really turned out great. I'm going to finish the wave, or this part of the circle. Then I'm going to show you how I cut the paper. Um, then you can go back and watch this as many times as you want to bring you up to doing the whole piece. If you have any questions, you can email me. Just subscribe, and you can be in contact with me. Well, it's almost time for me to cut some more of these. And those little places that are around, you'll probably want to cut some extra teeny tiny things that you're going to put in those places. Um, almost to the end of it. Well, I think I'm going to use let's see, that one. And we're going to make the point like that. There's the point on it. Now I can use that. I can go and make the rest of this line and then leave that dry and then come back and make another row. Here's one that I've started, and I've got this done, and I've got the circle done, and I've started another row with the color blue. And this is the one that's done. So you know that this is the sky and this is the water. I try not to, if I'm doing this like the wave, all the colors that are in the wave, the water wave, it's not the same colors that are in the sky. So it sort of gives you a knowledge that this is the wave and this is the sky behind it. Now, what I have done here, I'm going to pull this over here. I've cut strips out for my sky, and I pull them all together because it makes it easier to do. And I have a piece of paper down here, and I cut them, a lot of them, in triangles, and I make fat triangles and skinny triangles. And I also do rectangles because in some places you need the rectangles. Now I wouldn't use like tissue paper to do the this kind of art because it's hard to work with it in such small areas. But contact paper and regular paper are good. Regular uh, uh, printing paper that is different colors or is white. Okay, there is, and then you put them in a container. I think I'm going to put them over here. So if you want to do this kind of art, you'll need scissors and Modge Podge and a brush, water to wash things off, and the colors you want on containers where you're going to put them, and that's it. Here's what it looks like right now. It looks a little gooey, but it's all going to dry clear, and then I could start on another one. So that is what we're doing today. I will talk to you later, and y'all have a good day today.